Dave Carson of 220 East 6th Street. I'm just following up on the budget from last month. Looked through the Lancaster newspapers the last month, 2 months, looking at all the municipalities and tax increases. We got Adamstown, East Petersburg, New Holland, Strasburg, Northville, Quarryville, Columbia, Marietta, Mountville, 0% from 2022 to 23. Elizabethtown, 8%. And the biggest one of that group also was then Effort at 28%, and they say it had a significant deficit. So I looked down the line, and I see Lidditz at 63%. So we're far, far above all these other municipalities. You can compare or not compare. Also looked at trash increases. Most did not list it, but East Petersburg increased theirs $5 a quarter. Elizabethtown increased theirs $23 a quarter to $81, which was a 40%. Mountville increased 8.2%. Lidditz went from $55 to $92, 67%. I was at the Warwick Area Republican Committee meeting last Friday. The county commissioner stated how they strive to have a zero increase budget, and they are proud of that. My question is, my comment is, I hope Lidditz has the same strive to have the 0% increase. Doesn't appear to be in my mind. In the recent Lidditz record, Councilman Brubaker stated there were no good alternatives to the year 2023 tax increase in the budget. It appears that Borough Council looked at no alternatives, which would include reduced spending. The only plan selected was to raise taxes and trash fees. My question to you, and if there's an answer, I'd appreciate it in our conversation. What are Council's plans for cutting expenses in year 2023 and future years?
Hey Dave, good evening.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Sure.
I have been working on continuing to pursue the grant process. So in our community, the Senator Ahmet's office has an expert there that can help lead us to maybe grants that we're not aware of. And as you know, we've been successful in the past. We want to continue that grant opportunity to pay for projects that don't come out of taxpayers' money. So that's something that we're organizing, making sure that we haven't missed anything. As you know, from December, we're forecasting about 1.5 million that we may be able to target for specific projects. But Dave, I think there's some more out there, and as things change, as more money comes in that we don't know about, we want to find it. So we've already organized, we have a meeting set for March, but right now we need to take inventory of perhaps what our needs are, so that we use our time wisely when we're over there in the office, and they can lead us to things that can help do exactly what you're talking about. So that's grant writing that we're active on right now.
I appreciate that response. It still doesn't answer my question of, and I appreciate you doing that. That's half the equation. What about reducing expenses? Are there any plans to reduce expenses? That's the other side of the equation.
Time. I mean, we'll obviously that's something we look at annually. Like, what are your needs and wants, and what can you do with that? So I think, you're faced with a choice, especially in an environment that we're currently in, where it's a reduction of services or an increased tax rate. I mean, I think that's kind of where we were at.
And everybody else had similar situations, and Warwick was at 63, Lidditz 63.
Yeah, I mean,
Dave, I don't think just looking at 1 year is an accurate representation, because you go back, what was the tax increases in some of those municipalities last year, and what was our tax increase?
Let's go back 5 years for Lidditz. 63% divided out by 5. That's 12.5% if you want to go back 5 years. That's a pretty significant raise. If your argument is they may raise taxes an incremental percentage each year, none of them were. I don't know the facts. But 12.5% was far above inflation.
We don't know the needs of those municipalities either.
And I don't really care about the needs, but we knew the needs for Lidditz. I think there was excessive spending items in the 2023 budget that were not addressed, in my opinion, and other people that were here the last meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.